Hi! Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want. And yes, welcome back to a brand new episode of New Music Monday. I am very excited to get into the group that we have for today, and I'm going to greet you by saying hello monsties and welcome to our first introduction, our first reaction to BABYMONSTER. This has been a long time coming. I know that you guys have been leaving me requests, but basically since the beginning of this series, leaving me requests to do this group, and I'm going to give you a quick reason why. Of course, I haven't really put this in my description, which I should do, but I have a little bit of a rule for myself because I just think it makes sense to me that I don't watch any groups or artists that have a member or is under the age of 16. That is just a personal conviction that I've had, and so I have followed that throughout my entire channel. Basically, some exceptions here and there without me knowing, but that has been something at least recently, so I haven't got to them until now. But since the youngest member did turn 16 this year, which is kind of crazy to say, I am here now to dive into them. So I basically know the smaller details. They are under YG, which is the company of Blackpink, Treasure, Icon previously, I think. You know, they're a huge company, and I obviously, and I know about them. That is not the issue, but I know that BABYMONSTER also has 7 members. They debuted in 2023, I think, does that make sense? Yes, late 2023. I have their key profiles up right now, even though you can't see it. So BABYMON, 7 member South Korean girl group under YG, Ruka, Farita, Asa, Ayon, Rami, Rora, and Shikita. I know about most of these girls, I think, from previous posts on social media. I've heard these names. So I know that, like I said, the youngest is in 2009, I believe. Is that the case? Yes, 2009. So it's from 2002 to 2009, so that is the age range, and like I said, they've been out for about 2 years almost, 1.5 years basically. So I am intrigued to see what they got. I have heard bits and pieces of basically all of these songs, I believe, so this is not going to be new in that I believe I've heard parts of all of these songs, but it's only then probably choruses, so just letting you know that right off the bat. But anyway, in this one, we are going to be getting into Batter Up, which I believe was their debut, where there were only 6 members, and then I believe after that it was 7 of them. So we have Batter Up first, then SHEESH, Forever, and newest Drip, which I will warn you though, I've listened to Drip. I know the song, so it is going to be a little bit, I know that song, so, but I have not seen the music video. So putting that disclaimer out there, we're going to be watching each of these music videos though twice, the second time with captions on, if they're available, but they should be. I'm going to check real quick though before we get into that. But I'm excited regardless. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, like this video if you enjoyed it, but we are going to dive right in and see what we have in store. So this is going to be a long one, but I hope you are excited, and also I hope you are not mad at the lighting because the sun is going down. But anyway though, I think that was all I wanted to say, so we're going to get into this and get started with Batter Up. So without further ado, let's go. Alright, lovelies, let's go ahead and get into today's New Music Monday episode, and we're first diving into Batter Up. I forgot to mention in the intro that these are their 4 most popular music videos on their page on YouTube. So that is how I decided to put this together, and that is how I always do it in these New Music Monday episodes. So just to clarify, if you're new here, that is what is going on. But I'm excited to dive into this though. Of course, I just checked their names like literally before this video, and I also have some knowledge of them, but I'll most likely try to stay away from that just so I don't make many mistakes. But if I mention somebody and I talk about like, oh, this person has a nice voice or cool hair or something, it always does help me if you guys let me know down in the comments. It is very helpful for me to get it. But like I said, I'll probably have heard parts of all of these songs, and I specifically mentioned also, of course, with Drip that I've heard the song before, so just letting you know. But I'm going to try mostly focus on music and music video today. So that is what we're diving into. So we're going to get started, like I said, with Batter Up. Without further ado, let's go. Okay. Sup, girls?
I'm on a mission, don't need permission.
Ooh.
I'm gonna make my own decisions. Talking you,
Wow. Damn. That is a beautiful dress. Oh my goodness. And did she come out of a sparkly egg? That's really cool. I really like that. Ooh, these outfits though are really nice. They're definitely giving me like
no matter what, I'm gonna make my own decisions.
sorry.
I'm talking you want it.
These outfits, they're definitely giving me like kind of sporty, but they're also giving me kind of edgy too, which I like. I love me a good bass though. Hi! Whoa, what a dress! What? That's from this song? Damn, I didn't know. Okay, I've heard that part right there. I will never do you wrong. You will regret me when I'm gone. I think that's what she says. And then this part as well. Is that the youngest? I think that's her because she's very, like, her face is very strong and very, like, I feel like I can notice her, Shikita. And also, I have watched her brother's content because he is in the group Bus, which I also watch. So. Damn, those nails! And this fit, though, of course. Yes! Indeed. I've heard this, like, line before, too. Like, this, like, trumpet jazziness. Like, I've heard this before, I'm, like, 100% sure. Oh, hello! I like her rap tone a lot. I feel like maybe... I feel like I've heard parts of Drip that I'll probably... Like, I feel like her voice is very clear, and I feel like I've heard it before. We'll see as soon as we get into Drip, which is much later. Ooh! Gorgeous. Boss baby mention? Oof. Wow. The visuals of this is all over the place. Like, of course, visual wise. I forgot to mention too. I pause a lot. God, every single time. If you're new here, I'm so sorry. But yeah, pause a lot. I'm a reactive person. I love the way this though. It keeps switching sets. There's so many sets in this. They really went far out for these girls, which I knew from the beginning. Like, they really were like pushing BABYMONSTER from the beginning, like, truly. But it feels like every 10 seconds there's a new scene, and it is almost a little bit overwhelming visually, but also I feel like it is very... It packs a punch, and I think that is kind of the point, you know what I mean? They want to go out with a swing and a bang right from the beginning, you know? So she was 13 during debut. Crazy. Gorgeous. The build up to the chorus is really nice. Has that always been there? Okay, oh, we got cheerleaders here. Has that always been in the back and I just didn't notice it? Damn. I mean, it's good. It's a good thing that I always, like, watch everything twice because I would have missed that otherwise. Whoa. Woo! Hey! Yes, baby! Indeed! Yeah, like I said, oh, BABYMONSTER. It's crazy to me that she was, like I said, 13 at debut, right? I think so. That is kind of nuts. And yeah. Or 14. 13. I think she was. Anyway, continue. 14 or 13. Whoa. Well, that was our first listen to Batter Up. Like I said, though, of course, these girls are super famous. So it is not surprising to me. Hold on, I want to get a better pause because these freaking pop-ups. That's nice. With these girls being as known as they are, one of the most popular fifth gen groups for sure, because I think they're fifth gen. At least I believe so. God, I think that's true. With that being the case, it's quite difficult to avoid them. If you're in the space of K-pop, then you've probably heard one of their songs, at least bits of it. It is quite difficult to get away from. So it's not surprising to me, but I'm still very excited that there's a lot of parts of this that I didn't know about. But what I want to say is, I feel like this song, and I feel like just them overall, has always been, I don't know, I think it's this, both coming from older stans before this point who were just kind of hateful towards any new group, and also just like, I don't know, some younger people who didn't really get this, but I feel like there was a lot of dislike from this, like, for this song for the beginning, and I was always just like, it sounds good to me. I don't know what you guys are talking about, and I just think it's some people's opinions about music is that if it doesn't fit their music tastes, it's bad, which I think 100% is a weird position to take. Because I understand that unless some music is outright offensive in some case, then it's not. No music is bad because it's all about artisticness, you know? But that being said, enough of that about that. I really like the line of this song, like the melody line itself. I think it's just like, again, I'm somebody who, like, with my autism, I get things stuck in my head. And something that has a very clear melody that you can follow very easily is something that will get very easily stuck, you know? And, you know, if I wouldn't say this is my favorite song I've ever heard, but I still like it, you know? So that is my opinion on that. Visual-wise, like I said, I enjoyed it. I feel like we got a lot of different vibes from them here, but overall it just felt very, like, cool. Like, this was just giving throughout the whole thing. It was just very cool in different ways. We had some scenes that were a lot more, like, sophisticated and looked a little bit more, like, regal in some ways, you know, like her with the dress there. But then also we just had some, again, the school bus here. You know, I think because it felt that way because there's it felt that there were so many scene changes. Sorry, my voice is giving up on me. I think it felt like a lot of scene changes because there were individual scenes too, with, like, very different vibes for each of them, which I think is super cool and a very great thing to do at debut, to show off individual colors, you know? Anyway, I feel like that is enough for first talk through because we still have lyrics to go. So I am excited to dive into this though, but I feel like maybe I'll get it. We'll see though, and also check that real quick. Let's go.
Attention.
It was in the beginning, so get it, girls. I like these outfits a lot.
Don't need permission. No matter what, I'm gonna make my own decisions.
Good for you.
You wanted to. 예쁘고 착한 내가 어떻게 변할지 monster. Remember me?
Wait, hold on. Did I miss that, or is she just? Hold on.
착한 내가 어떻게 변할지 monster.
It almost looked like the way that she did that. It looked like her nails like popped out. Which is really cool. I didn't notice that too either. But it feels like this is all about looking pretty, but like kind of a two-faced concept, if you will. Like being like, I'm gorgeous and I know that you want to look at me, but sidestep me and the claws are coming out, you know?
Remember me? Sting like a bee.
Okay.
인사자 같은 personality. 니만 뺏고 다른 것은 원하지 않아. I will never do you wrong. You regret it when I'm gone.
Yeah.
좀 더 강하게, 더 빠르게 날려버릴게. Gotta learn to say what a big mistake. Better.
Get it, girl. Yes, I love the mixture of that, like, again, that trumpet, whatever that horn is, with that. I don't know why I didn't notice it, but that, like, that vocal kind of rap that is happening in the back, too. I assume it's some sort of, like, producer tag or something, or it's just something that they added to enhance, but it sounds really sick, you know?
To say what a big mistake. Better.
Get it, girl.
hitting 안 달려, never can stop. 빈 시장 니게 shot. 비명은 함성이 될 거야 loud. Surprise come on start 등장.
Rise of the Monster.
지나리 왜 이렇게 피곤한 going.
Ooh.
좀 바꿔 준비 완료. 후다닥 run.
Yes.
세게 봐봐 너 내가 좀 알아서 비켜. 순진한 척
Oh, yes. I love the rappers in this group already, just based on the way that they are able to. That flow is so smooth and so nice to listen to. Because I think sometimes with some rappers, you can tell that it's a little bit hard to keep up with, and I don't know how they are, like, live performance-wise. But it feels like it's just, like, so naturally tumbling out of their mouths, which, like, creates such a niceness and such. It sounds good, you know?
눈간에 막아난 더 세게 봐봐 너 내가 좀 알아서 비켜. 순진한 척 나는 그딴 거 안 해. 나 whenever look in the mirror. 주지잖아 계속 발음을 나는 무대 위를 태워 싹 다 지워버려. I'm like a boss baby, I'm a boss baby. 모두들
Even though with these lyrics, I'm a boss baby, you know? But still, that especially.
발음을 나 순진한 척 나는 그딴 거 안 해. 나 whenever look in the mirror. 주지잖아 계속 발음을 나는 무대 위를 태워 싹 다 지워버려. I'm like a boss baby, I'm a boss baby. 모두들 찢어 like brrrra. Remember me, sting like a bee.
Get it, girl.
무대를 닦고 노는 우린 MVP. 니만 빼고 다른 것은 원하지
Always eat
않아.
that crown little thing.
You regret it when I'm gone. 좀 더 강하게, 더 빠르게 날려버릴게.
This part is so beautiful, and I think I've heard that about Baemon is their bridges or pre-choruses. I think that's what I've heard, and I get it because there's such a nice thing about, like, switching from that, like, more intense rap part and then into a little bit of, like, with that you regret it when I'm gone, like that bit, and then getting this. It's just like, it's really nice and really nice progression.
더 빠르게 날려버릴게. To say what
Mouth shut. That's very catchy. In terms of choreography, that's catchy. Hey! Yes! Woo! Hey! Sick. Oh, and with all the dancers standing in that position with the pom-poms, that's really cool. Baby Monster. Yes. Whoa. That was a lot of fun. I mean, I was, again, because I wanted to do this video and I wanted to do it for a while because even though I had that blocking me, I still really wanted to experience this because, hey, I like Blackpink, so I was like, I want to see what their sister group is doing, you know? And, of course, I've heard parts of their other songs, too, so that's kind of a part of it as well. But I enjoyed this, and I think there's a lot of parts where I was like, yes, and there were some parts that I was like, ooh, that's really beautiful. And I like that, you know? Like I said, I think that hearing and getting your music opinions from people on like Twitter, TikTok, whatever, like it's not the best thing, and you should always listen to things by yourself, and that is always what I'll do. I'll never have an opinion on a song until I listen to it fully, and I enjoyed this. I think it was very fun, and I like the lyrics of it as well. I mean, I was thinking from even getting into this that since this is a debut song and it's called Batter Up, I was thinking it's sort of like a kind of a song telling you that, like, get ready because we're about to start swinging. You know what I mean? Like, you know, first bat of the game, and we're ready to get into this, you know, and maybe, you know, we're trying to get a home run with this, but it's basically saying, you know, get ready for us because we're coming, you know? That is kind of what I understand from it, and also from, like, just, not just lyrics, but also from the vibe in general is what I get from it. But I enjoyed that. I thought it was very fun, and it was exciting to get into this. So, it is time for our next song, which is... No, that is not it, right? Hold on, why is it in the wrong position? Unless my... Yeah, that was so weird. Why was that happening? Alright, we are back. Sorry about that issue, but we are here to get into SHEESH next. Now, same thing about this song. I've heard the chorus, and I know kind of the vibe we're getting as well, and I feel like this one is sort of a similar territory to Batter Up in being like a... we're gonna wow you, you know, but I've heard parts of this. We're gonna see if I really do, like, enjoy it as much as I think I will, because there's some parts that definitely I feel like might not hit as hard as Batter Up for me, but we're gonna find out. So I'm excited, though, to dive in, so let's check this out. Let's go. I think this is their most viewed music video, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, hello.
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo.
Oh. She's a natural blonde. What can I say? I was not expecting this vibe. Knowing what I think I know about the chorus, like I said, I have sheesh, you know? Like, I feel like I know the vibe. This is so different. But I like that. I'm a sucker for piano.
Baby, I'm a monster. Mona and Mona, I see you in slow-mo. You know you're in trouble.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Ooh. Damn. Ooh. Listen. If you were not dancing to this song when it came out, then there's something up there. You know what I mean? Again, this has a similar quality that is nice for an autistic brain. It has that of like, this is not as much of like a song where you can make the song noises with your mouth. Like, this is a lot more difficult, but that of like the sheesh, 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 like it has that again of getting stuck in your head without thinking it's going to be. You know what I mean? But do I feel like it is? Do I understand that point of people being like, this is quite jarring in comparison to the beginning of the song? I get that. That being said, does it get stuck in there? It does. There she is, by the way. I forgot to talk about it because she is such a stunning person. Ion, I feel like I see her and I'm like, that is such a beautiful woman. Like, anyway. Beautiful. Hey. Cause it's got like a snake charmer vibe. Ooh. It's weird, but I love it. Damn these sets. Woo! There's so many different vibes in this song, and I feel like this is also could be overwhelming, but I'm also just like, it's given me new things to fixate on every single time it switches over. Like, why it's so mischievous. Woo! Beautiful. Ooh, mermaid vibes. Whoa. Oh. Ah. Ooh. I think we have a new favorite part. This is what I was saying, because bridges. Ooh, the vibration in this, I don't know if you noticed it. You probably did. I 100% got chills from that. Ooh, the voices, stunning. You feel the build-up in your body. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's creeping from your toes up into, like, your spine. And you're just like, ooh, okay, we're going somewhere now. I'm excited. And then having, like I said, these girls' voices with it. This is part, it's also a little eerie. Ooh. Ooh. Baby, I'm a monster. Ooh. Oh. Like, it just gives me snake charmer vibes. And listen, whenever stuff like that gets included into songs, it's always gotta be a freaking bop. Wow. Yes. Yes. Whoa, what a journey. What a journey. I've been seeing that popping up and I'm scared about that. That's for later, of course, but I don't know what to say. Like I talked about, it's always something when I listen to a song and I'm like, how is this something that a lot of people I see dislike? And I'm sorry that I'm mentioning that a lot. I'm just talking about my personal experience of seeing people talk about Baby Monster, which I shouldn't take their opinions to heart, obviously. But I feel like that's happened so much recently, where I will listen to something and I'm like, this is so freaking good. I'm talking like Cat's Eyes Gnarly. I'm talking, I see a lot of people talking about Idol's Girl, like, Good Thing. Like, a lot of songs I listen to, I'm like, this is fully a banger. And then people will be like, this is the worst thing I've ever heard. And I'm like, how? How are our brain chemistry that different where that happens? I don't get it, because I really like this. Truly, do I think that there's some ways that maybe this chorus could have been built upon more? Yes, I do think so, because even though it is loud, I feel like there's still things that you could have added to it still to make it have even more impact, in my opinion. But I'm telling you, that build up and that last part truly struck a really nice chord within me. Like, I felt that. I felt that in my body, and I felt it through the way that they were singing it, and just the energy here was really fantastic. I enjoyed that a lot. The lyrics here were beautiful too, and I like this a lot. I do. Whoa, okay. Well, we shall watch it one more time now. I really like the visuals of it too, by the way. It was giving a lot more of like a, like, not ghost, I don't know what to call it. It felt like they were giving kind of, obviously, Monster, but like more Monster High. Which, like, if that would have been more of their concept, that would have been fantastic. But, you know, it's just like them being truly gorgeous and like intimidating as frick. But also, yeah, having this elegance to them. And this mysteriousness too, you know, with the way that this music video came to be. Because it seemed like they were going through at least some type of maze there, which is very intriguing. And them in these paintings, you know? I'm curious. But we're going to dive into this one more time with the caption song, like we did in the last video. So let's check it out one more time. I love all the different parts in this, though. They kind of do mesh well in an interesting way.
Baby, I'm a monster.
Oof! This dress. Get it? I mean, clearly with that thingy, they're supposed to be playing a flute, which I assume is kind of what it is. That is in the instrumental here in the chorus, but it is that kind of like, again, it's like they're not the snake. I don't know how to say it. It's like they're both the snake charmer and the snake. I don't know if that makes sense at all, but you know what I mean? Like, they're clearly trying to lure this person in, and perhaps have some nefarious reasons for that, you know? But yeah, intriguing. They're trying to destroy my computer. It's fine. Love the hair choreography. Ah, damn. I love that line though. I hit a home run and my next is to the top, referencing obviously the previous song. 10 out of 10. You know what it is, everybody this pull up in a ghost, pick up, boo-hoo. Room, 니네 심장이 박동이 pop, pedal to the metal. Click, clack, click, put them up to the sky. High. Yeah, they're like trying to basically, I mean, some of them are still minors here, so I'm going to use another word. They're trying to entice you and draw you in with their performance. You know what I mean? Because literally, of course, the line in the chorus is got them all going sheesh. You know what I mean? So it's like they're trying to be like, you're going to see this and you're going to love it. You know what I mean? Again, that whole part with Ahyun and the other, I don't know who the other girl is, I'm sorry, but that exchange of them being like, talking about how they're hot shit, you know what I mean? And being like, you're also that first part as well of like, pour this music into your cochlea, which is just like, you know, again, being like, you're gonna hear this and you're gonna immediately be drawn in and like get stuck here, you know? Let's go! Let's go. I love how the nefarious part in the beginning comes back here. Again, this is my favorite part of the song, for sure. Oof. Beautiful voice. Yes, girl. Baby, I'm a monster. Sick. Yeah. That part is so catchy too. That BABYMON, tell a friend. Like, it's almost ASMR quality, and it makes perfect sense after that whole chill part, and then you get that drop, and you're like, whoa. I feel like this whole song is like a kind of a story about somebody kind of falling in love with something, you know what I mean? Or drawing a fan in. Because it's starting off with that of like, we're gonna entice you when I'm on stage, I bloom, or something like that, you know, of being like, you know, I excel in this performance, I'm gonna show you something beautiful and you're gonna love it, you know? And then in that chorus being like, of course, got them all going sheesh, and then in that part being like, you know, we're gonna go up higher, and, you know, fly up into the sky, and then, you know, that tell a friend of being like, get your other people in on this too. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're marketing themselves in this song in a way. And I think every single artist does that when they make a song. They market their best qualities or whatever they want to tell in a song. That's what they're marketing. And I feel like with this one, it's just like they're marketing basically that we're really cool and this is the kind of stuff we make, and tell a friend about it. Like, that's basically what the song is about, truly. Which is very fun, and I feel like is something that I appreciate in a title track, you know? Like, even though I am somebody who also loves more deeper meanings, I'm also just like, tell me your hot shit, and, you know, that's all. That's something that I really like, you know? But, yeah, I enjoy this. I feel like I said, though, that last part is beautiful. It's like, stunner, you know? So that was Sheesh. Hopefully we have no more computer issues, because these girls are giving my computer a fight, but we should be good. So our next song is Forever. I think this is going to be a lot more softer, although we are going to find out, of course. So yeah, we're gonna see. 401, BABYMONSTER members only. Okay, am I allowed in? This is only my first time here. I apologize. So I think this is basically almost a year ago now. So this is in summer 2024. So let's dive right in and see. Although I'm just assuming it's softer, but we're gonna find out. Let's go.
Alright.
Hello.
Okay, alright.
Whoa. Okay.
I got no worries on my mind.
Never mind.
So you can say goodbye. Fulfill my fantasy.
Oof.
You can watch and see. 박수는 쳐보지. Push up. They say she looking for.
Okay, this is my favorite beat so far, by the way. Whoa, this is really similar to the other songs. Like I said, it's very a catchy instrumental, if that makes sense. But also, I like the deepness of it. I like the heft that it has, you know? Yeah, I was joking to myself. And that right there. Ooh!
I'm dancing in the moonlight. Can't stop this feeling.
I love these outfits.
Baby, it was all a dream. You thought I was yours.
I was like, see what I mean? She interrupted what I was going to say. You get, how should I say this? I think I lost my train of thought by seeing her. That is crazy. Yeah, I just completely forgot what I was going to say. Oh no, that is crazy. Oh, yes. I was like, I don't think I've heard this song. I knew about the other songs and I'd be like, yeah, I probably know this, but with this song I was like, maybe not, because I've only really seen the title around, but this part feels very reminiscent, but it might also be because it sounds similar to another song that I can't put my hand on, like, that I can't place my, I can't figure it out right now, but it feels also similar to another song that I've heard before, but I don't know which one exactly, but, okay. It's definitely a little bit softer in the chorus. Okay. Hair tassels. Beautiful. Woo. Wow. This place is beautiful. Wow. Woo.
know what it is. I'm the nice. 먹고 같은 너와 내 type. Pull up on me, pay the price.
Whoa!
Put a million on rock my type. Never seen it in your life. Yeah.
Again, they have an ability to create a song that sounds like it includes 5 different songs. Because at a beginning part was like I said, it had a heft to it. It was a little bit more intense. And then we have this part, or the chorus, where it's a little bit more, it feels more of a softer, it's definitely softer than the previous part, obviously. But it's still, like I said, has a little bit of heft. And then we go right into this part.
Okay, you know what it is. I'm the nice. 먹고 같은 너와 내 type. Pull up on me, pay the price. Put a million on rock my.
They love having these mischievous beats.
그러니까 바빠 아니 나빠 온 세상 우린 the bad girl. B-Y-M-O-N. Get money. 바래 끝까지 rhythm touch 기분 짜릿짜릿 everybody get down. Rap up in with the motor running.
Whoa. Okay, I was just like still on that part of like get money, because that's really funny. But
the bad girl. B-A-B-Y-M-O-N. Get money. 바래 끝까지 rhythm touch 기분 짜릿짜릿 everybody get down.
Okay, girl.
I'ma give you something better, put the money in the bag. I'm dancing in the mood.
Right back into it.
Stop this feeling tonight. What you waiting for? Baby, it was all a dream. You thought I was yours. 멋대로 착각하지 마. It's bittersweet.
Come on. One thing I can say though is their music videos are amazing. I love the aesthetics of them a lot. She's in a claw machine. Sick. Like, it's got some sweetness to it, you know?
I can see the bright horizon. 세상이란 벽을 넘어서 No, nothing can stop me now.
Wow. Stunner.
We forever.
Woo! Key change. I love the glitter. Wow. Just having a fun day at their hotel. And we get back into that earlier part of the instrumental. It's crazy that I forgot almost how that sounded. Not the slippers! Whoa. Yeah, like I said, they've had that talent so far in this video of creating something where I'm like, they just basically made a bunch of songs and slapped it into one and somehow made it make sense. Because I feel like a lot of the times you'll get a song and you're like, I get how we get from this part to the chorus, and I feel, I see and hear the similarities, not uncommon. But with some of their songs, I feel like it's just like, not all over the place in the sense that it's like too much, of course, but I'm just like, we keep switching between things. I'm like, how did that work? It shouldn't have, but it did somehow. But yeah, I really like this aesthetic though, because I feel like it was like giving me like regality and elegance and beauty, and very much like, obviously they were literally at that set, but it was very much like models and all of that. It just seems like they were having a good ass time in this, and I enjoyed that vibe of it. But that being said, I think, like I said, though, that first part of this song, I feel like I really enjoyed. I feel like for me so far, in terms of my music taste, it might be the weakest so far. in terms of just what I tend to listen to. No shade to the song, of course, like I talked about earlier in this video. It's just about my music taste, and that is very subjective. But I feel like I think I get kind of what this song reminds me of in some way. I'm thinking of Sunmi's Heroine, and like not obviously heroin like that, but heroine. I don't know how to say it right, but I think I'm getting some of that vibe too, of like kind of a dance song that is also quite supposed to be uplifting and positive, you know, like, and I feel like it has some similar vibes there. So maybe that's where I felt that. But of course, comparisons are just to be like, you know, I've heard this before, so that's why it felt familiar. Or I've heard I've heard vibes of this before, so that's why it felt familiar, because I truly don't think I've heard the song before. But I was convinced for a second there, because like this feels very familiar. But that being said, this was stunning though. I really liked all of the outfits. I like the styling of this a lot. And overall just positive vibes, at least that's what I got, because I think again, they were singing I'm gonna live forever, you know, so, and I like that, because it is true. You are going to live forever, because the internet is not going anywhere, at least what we know. So after you're dead, most likely things are going to still exist. This video will probably still exist after I've died, which is kind of crazy, but probably, unless nobody saved my stuff and I somewhere delete my channel, which I don't think I will, but that is possible. So intriguing, interesting, and really beautiful. But go get your shoes, girls. So let's dive in one more time though and see the lyrics of this. And yeah, I enjoyed, like I said, the instrumental of this earlier part I really liked. So let's dive right in one more time. I'm just gonna fix up and make a little bit.
Okay, alright, okay. Baby monster. I got no worries on my mind. 난 멈추지 않아. So you can say goodbye.
Like this hits, you know? It has some like Middle Eastern vibes too, and I like that too. Like it's just, I don't know. Yeah, this is just confidence. So say la vie. I'm dancing in the moonlight. Can't stop this feeling tonight. This dress is beautiful. I want it so badly. Damn, okay. She lost her shoe. It's giving, like, it has some Cinderella vibes for sure as well. With, like, going to the ball, losing your shoes, you know, let it loose for the night. Very intriguing about that part, though, about, like, kind of addressing that of, like, you thought we were a thing, it was all in your dreams. Like, very intriguing lyrics to have in this, if you want to, like, you know. Because I feel like, again, this is all about a confidence booster song, and kind of has been their vibe of, like, strong, powerful girls who know their worth, you know? But I'm curious about that, you know? Let me know what you think.
Okay, you know what it is. I'm the nice. Let me pay the price. Put a million on rock my type. Never seen it in your life. 예뻐 그러니까 바빠 아니 나빠 어서 상렬인 the back girl.
That's really fun. Hold on, girl. Wait a minute. I really like that part though. The way that they double it.
Everybody get down. With the motor running, I'ma give you something better. Put the money in the bag. I'm dancing in the
You're robbing me now? Beautiful. Beautiful. The smile on her face while she sings it. Oof.
I can see the bright horizon. 세상이란 벽을 넘어서.
They've absolutely, like I said in the previous part, they have really nice bridges. Really, really nice.
세상이란 벽을 넘어서. No, nothing can stop me now. We forever, 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 ever, ever. Baby, it was all a dream. You thought I was yours. 착각하지 마. It's bittersweet. 저 하늘 높이 I'm spreading my wings like a balloon. Forever, ever, ever.
Wow. These like glamour shots. Beautiful. Did they all fall asleep like that? That's quite uncomfortable. Again, once again, I'm like, this is what the beginning of the song sounded like. It's crazy. Bye. Damn. Well, that was Forever. I feel like it was definitely the most like positive vibes that we've had so far, but also we had still that duality in this, which maybe is where, because I mentioned that in the first music video, right, of what I assume to be their concept of being two-faced in a way, of having a darker side lying underneath, and maybe that's also supposed to be shown in the music, because a lot of these songs we've had these choruses that are either like soft and or dark, and then we've had choruses which are soft and dark. So it's like there's always going to be a variety in the song in terms of like what vibe are we going to get in which parts. I feel like the songs have not had a thorough like through line in them so far, which like might just be me, but that's just what I have gotten so far, and I've enjoyed it. But like I mentioned, I think for me the song is definitely my least favorite so far. But that being said, if it came up, I would still listen to it, you know, because it definitely had a lot of good parts. Like I said, that part in the beginning, that instrumental was definitely one of my favorite bits I've heard, alongside with the vibe in Batter Up there. But you know, I still enjoyed it, even though, like I said, it was just mainly the chorus for me. Even though it was fun, that was kind of that. It was kind of that part for me. But yeah, that was Forever. Now we are here to dive into no, never mind. Drip. Sorry about that. We are gonna dive into Drip. Now, like I said, I caved in, I think, a couple months ago, and I listened to this song on Spotify. I did it maybe 2-3 times, and then that was it. But that being said, I've heard the song because I was like, what is this chorus? I just wanted to hear the song and be like, this is... I came to the conclusion that I really like this. But I heard the chorus and I was like, I want to hear this song. So I did it. And I apologize about that because it is not often I come onto the channel and I'm like, I've listened to the song already. It doesn't happen often, but it happened with these girls, and I am sorry about it. So Hope you understand. But I'm excited to dive into this. So I have not seen this music video, so that is something. But I am excited to see this. So let's dive right in. Let's go. Oh, let's go.
Yeah. When I dress, I don't think so much. I could be the gold, I don't need too much. I'm a cynical, I'ma eat that lunch.
So because I've heard this song, I know the parts, but I don't know the faces to the parts. So this is you? Girl, you start this song? Hold on, I'm gonna start from the beginning again. I'm sorry, everybody. This is definitely my favorite. I know, even before listening to this with you.
When I dress, I don't think so much. I could be the gold, I don't need too much. I'm a cynical, I'ma eat that lunch. Baby, so cold, get the ice cream truck.
That's your voice? Absolutely. The glitter? The giant vinyl, and then we had the cassette tape earlier. Love. That pony? I've seen this girl. I think because of this, I've seen her face earlier, obviously. I think this is on me. I have seen so many of her dancing clips, and she goes for it. Like, let's go. Yes. Hey. All those people dancing to it too. Asa. Listen, you guys don't know how much of an earworm it was. Like I said, I try to keep it to a minimum, but I've been going around being like, Asa. I'm gonna need to learn this choreography too, by the way, ASAP. Underground trade booms. Wow. Yes, girl. I love that hair so much. They're just going around spreading the message, you know what I mean? Like, they have... This truck is amazing. Stunner. Okay. Hey. Listen. You don't know how much that was rotating in my brain, that move. And I'll never be able to do it because my hips and waist do not work like that. But it's so fun to look at, truly. Get it.
Now watch me do it all again.
Cut the cameras. Again, I wish I would have saved this so you guys could see like my first ever reaction, but that being said, I didn't know that it was Ion who did this part, and that makes it hit, because I cannot tell you how impressed I was, because we had that nice build up, and then we had her high note that kind of, it didn't come out of nowhere because I was expecting something like that to happen, something explosive, but then we had her 3-layer high notes, which, like, I need to hear that live. If she can do that live, I'll truly be like, you know, I'll be at my feet, like, serving her, because it was such a surprise the first time I heard it, and it hit so well. Like, yes, girl. Of course you fly in. Woo! The energy is so good. Okay. Crazy. Wow. I freaking love that. But yeah, I told you before this that I caved and I did the bad thing. I did a bad thing, okay? I know that. I know that's what I did, and I apologize about that. That doesn't mean that this doesn't hit as hard. It still hits just as hard. Because, like I said, scrap that about, I mean, truly, let's just say that part that we had in Forever, I'll say that is my favorite, because that is the true new thing. But the way that this instrumental is built up, the way that the song progresses, all of it slaps. Choreography slaps, outfit slaps, the actual concept now that I've seen this music video slaps. This just hits. And I knew I couldn't be that confident, but I pretty much knew that this would probably be at least one of my favorites. And I think it is. Yeah. It's this, and between Batter Up and Sheesh, they're very, I feel like even though they have similar vibes, they're still quite different. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick a favorite out of the two, but this is really good, and I really enjoy it for a host of different parts. But the energy and the vibes that this gives is just, it's too strong. It's almost too strong, and I fuck with it so hard. So we're going to dive into it one more time because I need that. So, last watch of this music video, and then we are done for this marathon, which is quite crazy, but we have done it. So, one more time. I don't know the lyrics of this either, so this is gonna be a new one.
Yeah, when I dress, I don't think so much. I could be the gold, I don't need too much. I'm a cynical, I'ma eat that lunch. Baby, so cold, get the ice cream truck.
I did not catch that whole first part was in English, by the way. This is why it's good to read the lyrics, guys. Meow. This is such a stunning shot, truly. Beautiful. Again, freaking love this part so much. Hold on, one more time for the chorus. Baby got passion, ambition, 난 보란 듯이. Look at that 온몸으로 느끼는 내 몸짓. Baby got drip, 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 drip. Baby got drip, 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 drip.
I'm a monster, monster, monster. Came to conquer, baby, holla, what's up? We're the best, the rest, confess, we're blessed. 판을 180도 바꿔. Y to the G, 나 copy, 너 knock off it. On my left is big.
Y to the G.
180도 바꿔. Y to the G, 나 copy, 너 knock off it. On my left is big, 좀 gon' work off. Most disco 잡아, hold tight. 끝까지 밟아, you know we gon' ride.
I'm right here.
I'll be there. 고민하지 마. I'll be there. 망설이지 마.
Yes. These pink outfits, favorite. Once again, it's just been confidence bangers over and over again. Also, this is kind of giving me a little Swedish vibes, and as a Swede, I feel represented. It's probably not, but still. It's like the exact colors. Anyway. Hey. Like, I freaking love the outfits. Wow. It's like I'm reaching out to the heavens or something every single time with that part, because holy crap, it just hits so good. And I assume the baby who got drip is them, but I love that also, that part of being able to fall but then also get back up. Like, we love that. Again, I think when you do these type of confidence songs, you also have to include bits of being like, yeah, of course we all struggle, but you know, it's gonna get better in some ways, at least, because it's important to mention that, because I think otherwise you can get kind of stuck in like, I'm not perfect, so therefore I will never be able to have good things, you know. That's definitely a spiral that I felt in my life before, but it's just nice to have alongside the confidence boosters and stuff like that. But anyway, right in the middle. Like, they're going so hard with that move every time. Hey. It's like they're rolling around spreading their message, you know? Which I really like. Well, that was our last music video. It feels like I just started, even though it's almost 9 p.m. right now, which I did the bad thing. I did the bad thing, and I ended up filming all my videos at night, which I usually don't do because it sometimes creates awful content. But I feel like in this session it went pretty well because I have basically been sleeping for 3 days, so it worked out for me. But enough of me. This was a lot of fun. Like I said, drip is definitely my favorite of the day. I knew that going into it, basically, because unless I would be topped by the other songs, this just hits a bone in me. I don't know what it is. Like I said, with the previous song, this one also has a strong Middle Eastern vibe to me, with that, so like that beat that goes on through that entire song, that instrument, it just gives me that, and also a lot of kind of the singing parts too, but of course it's a little bit more complicated than that. But I get a lot of that in this song, and I really enjoy that. I really like the music video concept too, of them, like I said, basically going around and spreading their message and like spreading their song out through this, again, this van with these huge like speakers on it, and then also with like the cassette tapes sorry, they're so old that I keep forgetting what they're called. Cassette tapes, like flying out of the sky, like all of those different parts make up for a really fun music video. And of course, they looked amazing. But of course, that is something that I've noticed throughout all of this. But this is a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed it. So that was all of the music videos that we had for this New Music Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you had fun. And thank you for joining me on this journey. If you're new here, thank you for watching all the way through. You deserve a gold star. If you want to, subscribe to this channel, because if you watch this all the way through, you probably enjoyed it. And also, a lot of you guys aren't subscribed, so do so if you want to. But yeah, that was all I wanted to say. So let's go into the outro, and I'll finish off this video. Let's go. Alright, lovelies, that was all I had for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for enjoying with me. And sorry you had to bear with my face there, because I turned the camera over to this part and I looked like I had sprayed water on my face because I was so shiny, so I apologize about that. But that's what happens when I have no natural lighting when I'm filming, because usually I try to do that, but again, it's almost 9 p.m. But truly, this is a lot of fun. I've had this, like I said, on the list, so to say, for a while. Because, again, with having this rule that I do of not watching anybody that's under 16, it's like a lot of newer artists these days. And it's always been happening, of course. But I feel like it's kind of coming into consciousness now for a lot of us, especially as we're growing older, being like, this kind of feels weird, you know what I mean? So I know for some people who I've told this in the past, they're just like, what difference does it make? You're still supporting them. But like, if I'm not doing so while there's actively some member that is younger than I feel is appropriate, then, you know, it's different because I'm not giving the stuff any attention. So of course it does make a difference. But with them being as famous as they are, maybe it doesn't. But to me, it does, in some ways at least. But I enjoyed this a lot still. Like I said, I have heard bits of most of these songs, but I think, like I said in the intro, it's kind of impossible to avoid them. But I enjoyed this today, and I hope you did too. Of course, if you want to see anything more from BABYMONSTER, and you're curious if you want to see any more reactions to them, then please let me know down below what you would like to see, because I would not be against checking them out again, of course. So yeah, I think that was really all I wanted to say though. Thank you for joining in, and like I said, subscribe. Maybe. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say though. So if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to this channel and go over to my Patreon and check me out over there. You can also like this video, and if you have a request, you can leave down in the comments below, and hopefully I get to it one day. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So yeah, bye bye.